On today's episode of In the Know, we'll explore the better banking experiences in QuickBooks Online. Hey Pro Advisors, it's Artie, and you're watching In the Know, where you get exclusive access to demos of Intuit product enhancements by the leaders who built them. Let's jump right in with Eric, who will show us the better banking experience. Eric, welcome.
Thanks, Artie. Glad to be here. So hi, everyone. My name is Eric Foster. I'm a product manager working on QuickBooks Online. We're really excited about these improvements. They're based on feedback that we've heard from customers and accountants over many months. And so let's get into it, starting with a few fast facts. So everyone using the new bank feed will be able to see these improvements. This is only on the new version of the bank feed. If you're still on the old version, what you can do is go to Accounting, go to Bank Transactions, and click the green Try New Banking Page button in the upper right-hand corner of the page. And that'll make sure that you're able to view the new version of the bank feed and try all these improvements. All this is live as of February 2026, and it's available on all regions and all QBO plans. So bottom line, if you are on the new bank feed, you will see everything that I'm about to show you. So the first one I want to share is Payee warnings. This is based on feedback that we've heard from accountants for a long time who say that it's very important to have payees on transactions for a wide variety of reasons, ranging from 1099 compliance to running vendor reports and just knowing who you're paying and who paid you. But sometimes they say their clients, when they're adding transactions, or even junior level bookkeepers in their firm, don't always remember to put a payee on a transaction. And so what we've done is we've added a new setting. It's off by default, but you'll be able to turn it on. And so what you can do, and you'll see it right here on the page, is if you click that gear icon in the upper right, so click on that and then scroll down and choose this warn if missing vendor or customer checkbox. Check that off. And now if you see right here, I have this transaction where I'm not adding a vendor. And so when I click post on this transaction, it asks, do you want to post this without a vendor or customer? You can cancel and go back and add that payee, or you can post anyway. So this is a little bit more like a speed bump. It's not stopping you from posting, but it'll warn you every time that you post. So the idea there is to encourage you to add a payee to your transactions. And again, encourage your client and maybe a junior bookkeeper in your firm as well. Okay, account search. This one is for all the people out there who have lots and lots of bank and credit card accounts, and especially those who have corporate cards or have clients with corporate cards. And so you might have 20 employees and each of those employees has a corporate card. And so you need to go click through the bank account cards on the top here of the bank feed to find the account that you're looking for. And so now all you need to do is click on the account name at the top, type in what you're looking for, MasterCard right here, and we'll immediately take you to the feed that you're looking for. No more clicking. Next one is drag and drop attachments. We're really excited about this one because we've been getting requests for this for a very long time. Kind of like it sounds, you're now able to drag and drop attachments into the bank feed. We've always offered the ability to add attachments, whether it's invoices, bills, some other PDF or image, but what you've had to do is click and upload. Now what you can do is go down here, pick up a file and drag it directly into the expanded view of the transaction, as you see right there. The other thing that you can do, that's one way of dragging and dropping it in, is just right here you can see I'm dragging it directly into the row. So I don't even need to expand the transaction. I just drag it directly into the row in the transaction list, and that attachment is instantly added. And so this should save you a bunch of clicks and a little bit of time each time you are trying to upload an attachment. All right, speaking of attachments, we also have some improvements to check images. Many of you may know that we import check images from some banks. We do that because if you have a transaction list and it says check 1, 2, 3 and then check 4, 5, 6, you don't actually know what any of those checks are. And so we added a feature a few years ago where for participating banks, we will import the check image from the bank and then display it in the transaction list. I will say not all banks support this. We are constantly working with more banks to get more support for check images. Ultimately, it's up to the bank to decide whether or not to share check images with QuickBooks. If we do import the check image, one problem that we've been hearing about in the past from accountants is that the check image does not carry over to a match. And so what that means is if you've already entered the check into QuickBooks and you want to do a match between the bank feed transaction and the QuickBooks transaction, what you need to do is first download the check image, then do the match, and then upload the check image to the match that you just created. And so we're eliminating the need to do all those steps, and now we automatically carry the check image directly over to the matching transaction, saving you some time every time you do a match on a check image. Okay, reorder columns. This one is fairly self-explanatory. You can see on the right, I just moved class up to the top. And so now class is appearing on the left here in my transaction list. The reason we're adding that is different people want their columns in different orders. The default order is to have everything from the bank on the left, that's date, description, and amount. And then everything that you're entering into QuickBooks QuickBooks, which could be category or account, payee, class, location. There's some other stuff you can add there too. But if you don't like that order, you can drag and drop these columns however you'd like. You can also see in that settings menu in the upper right that you're able to check and uncheck columns. So you can decide which columns appear in the transaction list in the first place. So you can enable them and disable them just like this, and then you can drag and drop them to reorder. But there's also one other change that we made here, which I want to point out. If you enable a lot of columns, you could get to the point that you have horizontal scrolling and they don't all fit on the page. If that happens, then the column to the farthest right, which is the action column where the post button is, will get cut off and you'll need to scroll over to see that. And feedback that we've heard from customers is they want to make sure that that post button is always visible, even if there's horizontal scrolling on the page. And so what we've done is we've frozen that action column on the right. You can see it right here as I'm scrolling. So that will always stay visible, so you never need to scroll to hit the post button. And then finally, performance improvements. And this is actually out of everything we've shared, this is the one that I think is the most important. And the reason why is that when we first released the new bank feed, we did hear feedback from customers that it could be slow or lagging or a little bit sluggish, and it could take a little bit longer to complete some of the same tasks compared to how long it would have taken on the old bank feed. And we definitely heard this feedback from customers and accountants, and we spent months working on optimizations here, doing everything we could to make it faster. And I'm really excited for these changes. So first of all, if you see right here in the old bank feed, as I post, the entire page locks up while I'm posting. Or if I post a bunch of these transactions, I did that via shift click, by the way, you can see how the entire page is locking and I can't do anything until that's done. Now, when I post, only one row is getting locked. And again, see, only that one row is getting locked and I can still work on the rest of them. Or if I shift click to select all these transactions, I can still post the other transactions and work on those while those transactions are still being posted. And in addition to that, you may notice it's just a lot faster. Like, look how long this takes. And now look, as I check off these transactions and I press post, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Now it's done. Okay, but now when I post, and now it's done. Post, and now it's done. And so this is also much faster. So in addition to not locking up the page, the post action is also happening much more quickly than it did in the past. And we're really hoping that you'll see a big difference in the performance on this page. All right, and that's it. Thanks so much. We're really excited to share these improvements with you and can't wait to hear your feedback.
Thanks so much for that walkthrough, Eric. If you find this update interesting or helpful, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. That's all we have for now. For more product updates and demos, check out our In the Know hub. We'll catch you next time.